Okay, 923 in 2025 kicks it all off. I've been saying this throughout my videos. That's September 23rd, 2025. This is the year that it all kicks off. The day of the Lord begins, the rapture happens. And what I'm going to show you right now is one of the patterns that I found to actually show this. And I'm using the Strong's Concordance. Now, the Strong's Concordance gives you every single word in the King James Bible. It gives you the Greek and the Hebrew definition for those words. And a while back, what I said to myself, really, it was God leading me. It was being said to me, and he said, look up the years that are in that you're in and that are surrounding you, and see if there's any correlation with the numbers in the Strong's Concordance. See, because usually the way you use the concordance is you think of a word that you want to look up and you find that word, and then it gives you a number, and you look under that number to see the definition of the word. But this time, looking for this pattern, I did it backwards. I used the number for the years that we're in, and I saw what words fell under these numbers, what definitions. You see, so this is how this was revealed to me. So I did that, and what I found was absolutely astonishing. I mean, it is so exact that I couldn't even make this up. And when you see things like this, you just know, like, this is supernatural. This is the hand of God, how the years that we're in are correlating perfectly under the numbers in a pattern in the Strong's Concordance. I mean, it's unthinkable, but it's there. So what you're looking at right now is 26, 2027, and 2028. And then on the right, you're looking at the same years, but in the Hebrew. So 2026 is 5786, 2027 is 5787, 2028 is 5788. And what you're going to see is absolutely amazing, because I'm telling you that the day of the Lord, and I proved it with the Strong's Concordance also, because when you look in the Strong's Concordance in 2025, you see this amazing pattern for a rapture also, but we're talking about right after the rapture in 2025, and this is what we come up with. You have these definitions that fall under these numbers all 3 years. Now, in the 2026, 27, and 28 on the left, look at what you have. A slaughter, to kill and slay. And then the same years, using the Hebrew number year on the right-hand side, you have blind and blindness and being blinded. This is exactly the pattern of what happens in the day of the Lord after the rapture. Is this not amazing? Now, this is just a piece of the little puzzle, because I'm going to show you right now in 2025 in the Strong's Concordance what it says to show you that there's a rapture. But I wanted to show you the 3 years after that, because Jacob's trouble is 42 months. This is Jacob's trouble, and this is great tribulation, along with God's wrath, along with the devil's wrath, and it's all combined into these 42 months after the rapture. But you see the pattern in the Strong's Concordance, how it is ideal. The 3 numbers after 2025 match up. I mean, this is perfect. Now let's go. If you haven't watched all my videos on 2025 923 Rapture, please go watch them. Just scroll down and watch the last couple of weeks of videos. But now I'll just show you a quick view of 2025, right before these 3 years that you're looking at. Right before the slaughter is the rapture, and I'll show you now. Now, as you can see here, right before those 3 years, we're in 2025. Take a look on the top in the Strong's Concordance, and what do you have? I spread on to anoint. To anoint. You see that? This is type and shadow of a rapture because of everything else that I've shown with this. It all adds up. Look at on the bottom. Now look at the Hebrew year for 2025. The definition is skin or skins. And this goes back to the garden. Adam and Eve, after they were made naked because of the fall, they were covered with skins. Coats of skins. Animal skins, symbolic of the Lamb, Jesus. Symbolic of what? To be glorified. You see how 2025, that's it. That's the breaking point right there. And after this year, then you have what I just showed you. You have the next 3 years, slaughter and blindness. That's it. And that's Jacob's trouble. That's great tribulation. That's the devil's wrath. That's God's wrath. That is what Matthew, the book of Matthew, talks about, where there will never be a time like this on earth again. This is going to be worse than the days of Noah. Worse. It says that the time that is coming in 26, 27, and 28 is going to be worse than the days of Noah. I mean, that's incredible. Because in the days of Noah, everybody that was on earth except for 8 people, and the ones that might have survived in caves or in the air, I don't know. I wasn't there. But either way, God wiped out millions and possibly billions of people with the flood because it was so horrendous what was going on. And he saved 8 people. It's going to be worse than that. And that's why in the Strong's Concordance, what I just showed you, it's slaughter, a slaughter, blindness, blindness, blindness. After 2025, that's when it kicks off. Day of the Lord, that's when everything kicks off. Everything up to that point is simply a buildup. It's everything being prepared that the governments are doing, setting everything up for the mark of the beast to track and trace and do whatever they're going to do. And in God having everything set up correctly and all these things. And there will be skirmishes along the way. Just like Jesus was talking about, there's going to be wars and rumors of wars. There's going to be earthquakes. There's going to be people getting worse and worse and worse in their spiritual condition, getting colder and colder and colder. Even the Apostle Paul writes about this, the perilous times. So all these things are simply an increase up until 2025. But after that, after 923, it's all over for the world. The people who are saved are going to be saved, completely glorified, and the people who are left are in for it.
In 9 hours and 23 minutes.
The 3rd day of the month of September, in an early year of a decade not too long before our own, the human race suddenly encountered a deadly threat to its very existence. And this terrifying enemy surfaced, as such enemies often do, in the seemingly most innocent and unlikely of places.
Some alien life force has sent real-life video games to attack us.
923. Clearly, he's leaving us a code. Some way to reach him.
Time or date, maybe? September 23rd?
September 23rd, 1780.
923 Church Street, 47th floor. You better hurry.
This is Agent Dunham. I need immediate evac. 923 Church Street. There's a device on the 47th floor. Nicely done.
Good performance. And then, the miracle of deliverance shall proceed forth from the throne of the Lamb. And the day of the Lord shall be a...
She called us. It was Thursday morning, 9:23.
Performance. And then, the miracle of deliverance. By 9:23, the water of life shall proceed forth from the throne of the Lamb. And the day of the Lord shall be a...
She called us. It was Thursday morning, 9:23. I thought, okay, this is it. Here we go.